Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to It's Crochet O'Clock. If this is your first time coming here, today is a live chat that I do every Tuesday evening U.S. time at 8 p.m. Eastern, and then it's at 5 p.m. Pacific and all the other time zones in between. You may be watching the replay. If you are, make sure that you leave me a comment in the comment section below. Don't forget that there is chat going on throughout this for the people that were here participating live, so you may have to finagle your settings to be able to see that, or else you just might not understand who it is that I'm talking to or what I'm talking about because you can't see the chat that happened while you were watching the replay. Let's see who we have live. We know that Kim is here. Kim was here first, and Emma from Pip and Poppycock is here. Kim's been trying to cause troubles. There's Leanne, hello, and Kirby, hello, and Ida, and Lily. Welcome, Lily. It's your first time. And RD, hello. Renee, hello, Renee. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your Patreon subscription. I appreciate that. Christy's Corner from Florida, hi. There's Deanna, hi. Sally. Leanne is exhausted from racing around to be able to sit down. Let me tell you, okay, I don't know what I was thinking today. I had to set up and cook dinner at the same time, and I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off. I was making spaghetti. I splashed water all over me, and you know, the water's got oil in it for the pasta, and oh, it was not all that great. Let's see, there is Kimberly and Becky and Lily. I think I already said hi to Lily, but hi again. Sherry and Maria and Michelle. Michelle is new to our channel too. Yay, I'm so glad that you found us. Hello, Christy. Hello, Claire. It's so nice to see everybody. I missed you guys. I know that I just saw a bunch of you guys on Sunday because on Sunday we have two different YouTubers in our little network that we have going on that go live. But, you know, that was a very long Monday, you guys. It was a very long Monday to wait. Hello, Alita. Hi, Daigo. Darla. Sorry. I almost said Darlene because I was talking to Darlene before I started the live chat. There is lots of new folks, Ida. So, before we get into anything else, for those of you who are not part of the It's Crochet O'Clock Facebook group, this is all that is left from the blanket that we were working on for 6 weeks. Yeah, having a holiday where I don't have anything to do is apparently a bad thing because I went to go weave in all of those ends from the squares that we made. And the good news is I did get those woven in. I still have all of the squares that we were working on, but I just didn't like it when I started attaching the squares. I went, okay, I've woven in all the ends, even on the big square. I'm just going to attach a couple, see how I like it. I hated it. I absolutely hated it. So I frogged it all. I frogged it all. So we're going to try something a little bit different. Still with the whole granny thing, but I'm just going to have to place my colors differently because I couldn't take, for those of you who don't know, I'm OCD. I'm honest to goodness OCD, and there are some things that trigger me, and I try to force myself to get past them. And variegated yarns do that to me. I try really, really, really hard. If I can't control the placement of my colors in a project, I go crazy. If there's too much going on in a project and it doesn't look like there is order within the project, I go crazy, and it just looked like a hot mess to me. I stood there in my living room and I just cried, and Catherine said, "What is your problem? It looks great." I said, "No, it doesn't. It looks horrible. Absolutely horrible. I'm going to be the blanket that's shoved in the closet when she's 9 years old because it's that ugly yah-yah blanket and she doesn't want anybody to see it because she's embarrassed." So I frogged it all. I frogged it all. Kim said, at least you had a ball winder. Yes, that is true, but you know what? My Swift broke. So I didn't have a Swift. And so I stood there with my arm extended. Like, I balled it all up into a ball, and I don't like working with balls because they take off on me, and I don't like worrying about the situation. I just want to sit it there and pull the yarn out of it. So I put the ball in a bowl, and then I held the yarn up, and then I wound it. Oh, I should have filmed that. That would have been a great behind the scenes thing for the Patreon folks who get behind the scenes, because I just sat there holding my arm out, just winding and winding and winding and winding, because it went on for forever. Hello, Nancy. 35 watching and 4 likes. That's it. Come on, you guys. Kimberly said, oh my God, I watched you do so much of that, but I totally get it. I'm crazy like that too. It'll be okay. We'll make another one. It's okay. Christmas is a long ways away. Hello, Freaky. Freaky said, I hope the thumbs up is not broken for everybody. Hello, Beverly. Hello, Deborah from Florida. And there's Ellen and Sharon. The like button is the thumbs up button. Somebody is knocking on my front door, and I have no idea who that is. But somebody else will get that. So let me flip my screen over. There we go. Oh, I'm sorry if you guys can hear that. That is, I don't know what the thing is here lately. Why have I lost the center? Oh, there it is. I was fixing to say, I made this cake. How have I lost the center of it already? But I didn't. Christy said, I frogged a baby blanket 3 times this weekend. Now I'm happy with it. You know, this is the 3rd project that I have tried to work with this variegated yarn. The 3rd project that I've tried to do, and I've disliked them. But I'm going to get it eventually, because now it's a personal vendetta against it. Hello, Yarn Addict! So what am I planning now, asks Emma from Pip and Poppycock. What I'm going to do is, I think that I have the center in the variegated color. Then I'm going to do 2 rows of the cream, and then I'll do a variegated, and then I'll do 3 rows of the cream, and then I'll do a variegated. I'm just going to put more cream in it to break up the color. That's what I'm going to do. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. And I'm not going to make the center square as big as I made it last time. When I made it last time, I had 25 granny clusters on each side. So I think I'm going to scale it back, and I'm going to go to 20 granny clusters on either side. Hello, Darlene. Welcome to chat. And Linda from Northeast Oklahoma. You're not too far away from me, Linda. Yes, what is the plan to get something you're going to love your centerpiece? It's crazy. Alita said, oh, I gotta share. Someone gifted me a clover hook. All I got to say is, how did I live without these? Did you get a Clover Amore hook, or did you get a Clover Soft Touch? Like, this is a Soft Touch here. It's the gold ones, and then the Clover Amores come in different colors. Which one did you get? Clovers are really, really good hooks. I love my Clover hooks. Let's see. Daigo said, Stephanie, I'm getting a knit crate box. Yay, I won it on the chat from Bob Wilson's. Yay, you won Bob Wilson's giveaway and you're getting a knit crate. How awesome is that? Knit crate is super wonderful, and she's giving away the ones that arrived in her mailbox while she was gone on holiday. So you watch my channel frequently, so you've seen all of the ones because I unboxed them. Whew, there was some pretty yarn in there, man. Beverly said, why not try one of the colors in the variegated? Well, Beverly, because this is the yarn that I bought for this project, and I'm frugal and I don't want to buy more yarn. So I am desperately trying to come up with something that I can make for a 2-year-old who will be 3 by the time Christmas rolls around with these colors, because I bought them for that purpose. And now it's a vendetta, and now it has to happen. Kim, be nice. Michelle Robbins, I only use Susan Bates inline hooks. You know, there's everybody crochets it differently. I know that people think that there is a specific standard way that you are supposed to crochet, but there really isn't. It really is just whatever is most comfortable for you, and whichever tool it is you feel like works best for your project, then that's what you need to use. But saying that, there are some tools and some yarns that do not play nice together. I've spoken about it before, where I've said there's no such thing as splitty yarn. There isn't. It's only the wrong tool for the project or the materials that you are using. I use inline hooks sometimes. I use tapered hooks sometimes. I switch them around. I've got all kinds of them, but Clover Soft Touch is my preferred hook to use. I am down in New Mexico, Linda. Alita, you have no idea how frugal I am. I am super frugal. Oh, by the way, for those of you who were asking me to do a review on Chic Sheep yarn, I bought some today. And I know that I've told you guys about the honey, the honey plug-in for Chrome. I know that I've told you guys about that before, but that sucker is seriously working, because I live in an area where we don't have anything. So almost all of my shopping is done online, and I can't tell you how much money that thing has saved me. If I go into a shopping cart, it saves me money, and I don't even have to do anything but just have it installed. It saved me $4 today buying. I basically got free shipping because Honey gave me a discount code that I didn't know about. It was actually a better discount code than what they had advertised on the website as their current promotion, because their current promotion was 30% off, and Honey get me 40% off. It's pretty nice. Y'all need to check into it. Let's see, what did I miss? Tammy said, hi from steamy Michigan. I took your advice on the paint box yarn and I was not disappointed. I know you wasn't. I have only met one person who was unhappy with paint box yarn, and it just so happens to be like one of my dearest like soul sisters. She's my Kiwi soul sister, and it just broke my heart when she got her paint box yarn and she was unhappy with it. I was like, it's like I don't even know you, is what I wanted to say to her. But, you know, everybody's experience is different, and it's their own experience, but she's the only person I've ever met that didn't like it. Let's see. Kimberly said, I like Susan Bates for thin lace fingering weight yarn, and boy, for worsted weight, I will have to try some of the Clover hooks. You know, the thing that I like about the Clover hooks that I didn't like when I first got it, my preferred hook was the ergonomic boy hooks, you know, with the bigger plastic handles, because I liked to feel something in my hand. I wanted to know that it was there and it was comfortable for me. But I gave in to inadvertent peer pressure, and I ordered one of these, and then I ordered a tulip, and I was just trying all kinds of different ones. And I thought that they felt cheap. They were so light that they felt cheap. And do you want to know when I converted over? It was when Emma asked me to do the video tutorials for the Arizona Crochet Along, because a 4.5 millimeter crochet hook is not commonly, it's not found in American made crochet hooks. So I picked up that one Clover Soft Touch that I had ordered that in a 4.5 millimeter, and I started using it, and I was crocheting like 16 hours a day sometimes, and my hand never hurt because of how light it was. So I fell in love with them. Fell in love with them. Freaky said, I would not work with honey. It's too sticky and better on toast. You should work with honey. Seriously. Uh-oh. I missed stuff. Sorry, I'm just having to scroll up. Kim said, I'm not sure that I want to plug in knowing my shopping habits. Well, you know, to each their own. It saved me a lot of money. It's probably saved me over $75 since I got it 3 weeks ago. Was it 3 weeks ago when I told you guys about it? Something like that. I mean, seriously, it's saving me money all over the place. No, I'm not biting about the crochet hook. Saul has logged in, and Saul is supposed to be in the bedroom next door doing homework with Tristan. So I don't know why you're watching YouTube when you're supposedly supposed to be doing homework. Thanks. Beverly said, I've been up since 5 a.m. Central Time, had to travel 3.5 hours one way to see a doctor, and the same back home. I'm very tired. Aw, good night, Beverly. Thank you for dropping in. Oh. Darla says, I've never tried Paintbox yarn. Bless your heart. It's wonderful yarn. Wonderful, wonderful. There's a link in the description box. Just saying. Make sure you right click. Pippin said, is it bad I'm knitting while chatting about crochet? No, that's not bad at all. You're crafting, you're working with yarn. Hello, Jaja. Welcome. Oh, chat just scrolled down on me. Ellen's got to go make dinner, and yes, Paintbox rocks. Yes, it do. Yes, it do. Did I get all of those? I did. I got all of those. Daigo's dinner just arrived. Renee just tried Paintbox yarn, and she really loved it. I knew you would. I knew that everybody would. I mean, what's the odds? Like, I mean, they should be cutting me a check. Literally, they should be cutting me a check for how much I push Paintbox yarn for them. But of all the people that I have converted over to using Paintbox yarn, I've only had that one person say that they did not like it. And I still believe in my head that she only did that because she knew that it would annoy me and that it would bother me. See. Gloria said, ordering online is my best place as I tend not to leave store until my cart is full. Online, I'm always aware of more money and checking more of how I've spent. Whew. That happens to me with shopping in general. Emma said her boys are arguing over who gets the last burger. Aw, bless their hearts. Hello, Tammy. Good morning to you. She just woke up. Kenzie said literally ordered Paintbox yarn over the weekend. I am so excited to use it. I'm excited for you to get it. Super excited for you to get it. Nothing makes, I mean, I just like giggle on the inside whenever somebody posts in the Facebook group or they comment on one of the videos that they got Paintbox yarn and they loved it. I'm so happy about it. I love it so much. Alita said, I noticed you're not watching as you crochet. I am impressed. Well, I don't have to watch because it's just a simple stitch. So I only have to look down every now and then. Maria said, are clover hooks tapered or like Susan Bates? Clover hooks, the Amours and the Soft Touch are both tapered. Jaja's cat is jumping on her lap again. It is a beautiful yarn, Tammy. Beautiful colors in it, but man, I'm telling you, You have to be careful with it. You can't overuse it because then it gets super busy super quick, as I found out. You missed it earlier at the beginning of the video. I frogged 6 weeks worth of work. Yeah, that's me. Marilyn is knitting as well, making a felted tote bag using 100% wool. I love, love, love paint box. You got me hooked. Yay! Rebecca says, what are you working on? I'm redoing the blanket that I've been working on for the past 6 weeks because I frogged it all. So that's what I'm doing. I'm starting the Christmas present over because I hated it. Lindsay said, I'm a huge Stylecraft Special DK fan, but I did order some paint box. I haven't had a chance to use it yet, but the squish test alone, I think Stylecraft feels a bit softer. I will have to use it soon. Lindsay, you might be the second one, because that's the exact same thing that Maxine said to me. I will tell you that the current crochet along that I am working on filming, before I film tutorials for you guys, I always work them first, just so, you know, I know what I'm doing while I'm walking through, and if there's any special stitches that are coming up, I can make sure that I know what I'm doing so I can show you guys how to do it. So for this crochet along, I'm filming it in Paintbox, of course, because I get a choice. Filming it in Paintbox, but I am doing my my mock-up, my first workup of it in Stylecraft Special DK, and I don't have a problem with Stylecraft Special DK. When I work with it, it's fine. It doesn't hurt my hands because, you know, I have those texture issues. I don't have a problem with it at all. But then when I hold up the same squares in Paintbox and hold the Stylecraft Special DK, I can feel how much softer it is. But that's just my personal opinion. Rebecca said, what? It was beautiful. No, it wasn't, honey. After I started detaching all the squares that we made, it was not beautiful. It wasn't. It really, really wasn't. I posted a picture of it in the Facebook group. It was horrible. Trust me. It was not all that great. Hello, Carol. It's okay. You can eat your dinner. We're here for 2 whole hours. You only missed the first 20 minutes or so. Sally said, I don't usually crochet after this time of the morning, but couldn't help start the Coles River cowl from TL Yarn Crafts. I haven't heard about that one. Sally, speaking of cowls, holy cow, you guys, I think that I am going to have to do a special mid-month edition of, you know, Have You Heard? Because so many people have sent me messages about crochet alongs that I didn't know was happening. I've gotten emails, I've gotten Facebook messages, comments on the September one that I just released. There's so much stuff coming. I think I'm gonna have to do a second one for this month because there's lots of stuff coming out in September. Maybe everybody's trying to get in their crochet alongs in case anybody wants to make Christmas gifts with them. I don't know, but there's lots of them. So I'm probably going to have to do that. Let's see. Lindsay said, are some colors softer than others? Dye differences. I got a dark green and a dark red. No, unless you're getting cotton, you know, one of their natural fibers, then you'll have to worry about the dye lots. But Paintbox Simply DK is acrylic, so it really doesn't matter the dye lot. It's going to be the same color all the time. Hello, Lisa from Queensland, Australia. Good morning to you. Freaky is agreeing with Ida. What did Ida say? I didn't think it looked bad at all. It's just a matter of perspective. Aw, bless your heart. You were one of the ones. Everybody was very supportive of me. But you know, you guys get to see these things of my OCD in action that just won't let me. And I know that it's for a kid, but all I could think was, I want this to be a blanket that will last, which is why I'm using this yarn. I want it to be durable, and I want her to have it for years. My biggest fear is that, you know, she's 10 or 11 or 12 or something, and she doesn't want it hanging around her anymore, and it gets shoved into the closet because it's that ugly blanket that Yaya made her. I don't want that to happen. And when I looked at it, if I were a 10-year-old little girl, I wouldn't want my friends to see it. I would have put it in the closet and just not shown it to anybody. So that's why I did it. Hello, Suzanne. Gloria is putting her 96 squares together. I too ended up frogging some of my squares, did not match up in size. I think it's because some days I'm tighter than others, as in my count was right. Kim said, are you going to tell everyone about your fangirl moment? Do you think I should? Because that was a Patreon thing. It's a little special tidbit from... I'm really freaked out about the whole, you know, sharing the craziness that happens behind the screen. For those of you who don't know, I set up a Patreon account last week, and Patreon is basically, you know, in the older days, artists had people that donated money to them, and they were called patrons, so they wouldn't have to split their time between work and their art. They could just focus on being creative and creating beautiful things. Well, Patreon is a website that is based around that premises. So at my Patreon, there's, you know, several different tiers of money that you can donate each month, from $1 to all the way up to $20 a month if you want to. And each tier has its own special benefit that's with it, or benefits rather, that is with it. And one of the benefits is seeing behind the scenes footage, you know, me turning on the camera while I'm filming and showing you things. Like today I uploaded a raw video that hadn't been edited at all, of a video that I'm going to be posting on Thursday, but the video that is on Thursday is actually the 4th take of the video. So I uploaded the 3rd take, which is, Thursday's video is going to be, you know, kind of, it's an emotional one for me. So I did a lot of crying on my first takes for it, trying to get through the message and deliver it properly. But I don't know, you know, just things like that, you know, me in here setting up for live, showing you guys what's behind it makes me really nervous. It makes me really anxious showing the stuff that is behind the camera. But that's one of the benefits of Patreon, is you get to see all of that stuff. And Kim is doing lovely with supporting me through my anxiety of it. Hello, Kathy. Welcome to live chat. Glad to have you here. Kim said, I think the video can be a special Patreon only, but you can still share the news with everyone else. Okay, so I will tell you guys. So Saturday was Catherine's birthday, and we had this huge party. Someone remind me later to post you the picture of the cake, because it looked like a version of Nailed It, only it was professionally done, and I was extremely unhappy. So someone remind me later to post a picture of that cake. So we had people here from 10 o'clock in the morning until like 1 o'clock in the morning, Sunday morning. And some people came in from out of town, so they stayed the night. I wasn't around my phone, but my phone was blowing up. It was a ding-in the whole time, and I didn't understand what was happening. Well, I got like 125 new subscribers in one day on Saturday, which is crazy, crazy awesome. And I don't know what happened. I would imagine that somebody shared one of my videos, because normally whenever somebody shares a video into a crochet group of mine, I have a surge of subscriptions. But Sunday around lunchtime, when all of the company had finally left, I sat down to look at all of my comments, because I do try to respond to every comment that you guys make on my videos. And sometimes those comments get held, like Yarn Addicts. Every single one of her comments, I don't know if it's her name or what it is, but every single one of her comments, whenever she makes it, it gets held for review. So we have to go in and we have to manually look at them and approve them before they're seen by the public. Normally it's whenever people post links or whenever YouTube thinks that you've used foul language, they will flag it. So I had comments sitting there and I went to go look at them and clicked on the button to tab over to look at the held comments, and I saw that Marley Bird had left a comment on one of my videos. And I went, oh my God. And I got up and I stood in the living room and I just sat there just, oh my God. And Catherine said, what is your problem? What's wrong? And I went, Marley Bird commented on my video. And she said, who's Marley Bird? And I was just like, oh, you don't understand. So I picked up my phone and I called my cousin Amy. Well, I FaceTimed her. And by this time I was bawling because, you know, I cry at everything. If you look at me hard, I'm going to cry. So I FaceTimed my cousin. My cousin answers the phone. I'm bawling my eyeballs out, and she goes, what's wrong? And I said, and she said, what? What? And I said, Marley Bird left a comment on my video. And she goes, ah, oh my God. And then her husband goes, what? What's going on? And she said, Marley Bird commented on one of her videos. And he said, who's Marley Bird? She said, go away. So we sat there, you know, for over a half hour trying to calm down because I was excited, and fangirling because Marley Bird left me a comment on my video. And it's the first time that any real big YouTuber in our industry has left me a comment on one of my videos, and I kind of lost it. And I posted a video about it in Patreon. Yeah. That's what happened to me. That's the kind of mess that happens back here. The crazy things. Nancy said, hi from Texas. Are you still doing a granny square blanket? Hi, Nancy. I frogged the one that I've been working on for 6 weeks, and I'm starting over, and I'm changing the color placements because I didn't like them. So yes, I'm still working on it. I've restarted it. Leanne said, ooh, I love it. I screenshot a love heart response from Marley on one of my comments. I look at it all the time, so I get it. Freaky said, how old was the comment? She left the comment on Saturday, and I saw it on Sunday. Kim said, it got me wondering if the waving hand thing you did was why they call it fangirling. I don't, that's it. That is exactly what I did. And why do people do that? Why do you do that when something happens? Why do you start waving your hands? I know that I'm not the only one that does it. Gloria said, I would be so excited. She's a well-known designer. I can't watch her videos. Something, just my ears just go nuts, but I do try her patterns. I'm looking forward to meeting her at the conference next year because she's always at the conference. I'm super excited. She's one of the ones that I'm excited to meet just so I can be a sponge and absorb information from her. Alita said, if I say I'm Big Bird, are you going to lose it? No, I'm not going to lose it. Yeah, so that was my thing. I am going to report to you guys before Chantel does tomorrow that she did not run into my future love interest while she was at VidCon. She did not even see him. Not that I was expecting her to, but she didn't. I did speak to her while she was waiting at the airport to go home. She was very, very tired. She met lots of people, and I am very excited to hear about all of the good stuff, because I didn't talk to her for that long. You know, she was tired. She was in the airport. She was exhausted, honestly. So I just, you know, I didn't bug her too much. Jaja said, what is her YouTube channel? Marley Bird. That's her YouTube channel. Marley Bird is the brand spokeswoman for Red Heart Yarns. That's who she is. Plus, she's a designer. She's a YouTuber. So it was a big deal. Kim said she did make a Stephanie mask anyways. No, she didn't. She didn't. I would have made a Chantal mask and carried it with me. I'm just throwing that out there. I would have done that. Hello, Karina. It's okay. We're still here. You still got plenty of time to hang out with us. Leanne, are you going to be here for the rest of chat today? Because I do not have Leslie today, and Emma is quite busy because they announced all of the info for the Havana cow. So she's going crazy trying to field questions for Havana in her group. And I'm going to need somebody to moderate because Kim is leaving midway through the chat today. So can you help? Are you going to be here for the second half? I would appreciate it greatly. I'd offer it to Freaky, but there's no telling what would happen if Freaky got a spanner. Freaky thought it was Kim's job to make the mask. Oh, look. Kim went and hunted down the video. Marley's comment is there. Oh. It was so crazy. Let's see, what else did I have to talk about? I had to talk about the crochet alongs. Lord, there's so many. Freaky said, oh no, don't spam me. I might hurt my own toes. No, you wouldn't. It's only a little spanner. Just a wee one. Whew. I feel like I'm just now calming down from the rush of trying to get ready. Trying to cook dinner and make sure that dinner was made and set up everything at the same time. It's kind of crazy trying to do that all at once. Hello, Cindy Hearts Crochet. Welcome. I love it when I see a hey y'all. Because you know, the voice that I hear in my head reminds me of home. Hey y'all. Crochet and find your chill. That's exactly what's happening right now. I am calming down because I was in full go mode. I feel like this is starting to look better. But then again, I didn't think that there was anything wrong with the other one until I tried to attach all the stinking squares to it. Jeez. I really love the colors in this yarn. If it doesn't work for it this time, I'm just giving up on it. I'm really just giving up on it. And maybe I'll just try to find all of those colors in individual skeins so I can control everything about it and just go with it. 2 cream, 1 color. Well, do you think 2 cream, 1 color, or do you think that it should grow? Because there's 1 color and then 2 cream and then 1 color, and I was going to do 3 cream and then 1 color and then 4 cream. No? Yeah? Do I have enough cream to do what I want? Yes. Yes, I do. Cindy said, where is home? Home is South Carolina, down by Savannah, Georgia. Hilton Head Island is home, right around that area. Hello, Nancy. Welcome to the chat. It's okay. There's plenty of stuff going on. I hear folks saying yes, but yes to what? Should I grow them gradually? Like each time I get to cream, do an extra row of cream, or should I just stick with 2 cream and 1 row of color? Hello, Christy. Nancy likes the plan for the blanket. Bobby said, I don't know. I like the thought of 3 cream and then 4 cream. Me too. First honey, now cream. Is there eggs in this project too? No. Kim said if you had 2 rows of cream on the outer rounds of the big square before, I think it seems... No, there was only 1 round of cream before I attached the squares. There was one row of cream and then 1 color, and then there were 3 rows of cream below that. So no, there was color right up next to where the the squares were attached. Pippin said, but how many cream rows will you end up with at the end? The color may get lost. Okay, so there's 25 rows. 20 rows. Oh, I don't know. I just really think that it's going to be too busy if I do every 3rd row as a color. I think that it's going to be too busy. Lindsay said, are you doing a bunch of squares to join or 1 giant granny into a blanket size? There's a big granny in the center, and then I have other grannies to go around it. Oh. Goodbye, Christy. Have a good day at work. You know what? I'm just going to play it safe with my own brain and go for 3. Because I don't want to frog all of this again. Because it took me a couple hours last night to frog all of this. But part of that was also because I had woven in all the stinking ends. So I had to go through and do all of that. Hello, Lena. Welcome to chat. Welcome back, Daigo. Yes, I did, Kim. That was me trying to save it because it was getting too busy in my mind at that point. The center was getting too busy for me, so I started doing more rows of cream at that point, but I think that I just started doing it too late in the process, and it wasn't good. Whoops, Alita got booted. That's not fun. You should get a 4-sided dice and throw it each time you change to cream and oh, I don't know if I can release that much control, Kim. Woo! I don't know. I started out smaller in the center because it's the center. That's why I started it out smaller in the center. we'll see how it goes. I will have to, I didn't sit down and plan it out like I normally would. I would sit down and I would count all of my rows and decide where I'm going to put my colors. I don't know why, probably because there was so much going on today. But I could figure it out. Because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I still have a ways to go. I think it'll be okay. It won't be so blinding in your face with color. Dum, dum, dum. We shall see. One of the big problems is that it was just too, the main center square was just way too big. It wasn't okay. Did I miss something up here? Oh, I just said, Kim, that would be so much fun. Maybe for somebody that doesn't like to, or that's okay with taking chances. Nancy said, I have a question. Does anyone crochet or knit for football season? Honey, I crochet for any season, all seasons. Football season, baseball season, basketball season, volleyball season, soccer season, rugby season, spring, summer, fall, winter, rain, shine, hail, hurricane, tornado. I crochet for it all. What's football season? Ha ha ha, freaky. Heidi said Steph needs to have more control than the dice would allow. Whew. Lena said there's always a season for crochet. That's right. Always, always, always. Even in the summer, like everybody was talking about, it was too hot. Because it really was a hot summer for those of us in the northern hemisphere. It was a scorcher this year, and everybody said, oh, it was just too hot to make blankets. I had 2 fans pointed right at me, crocheting right along. Ain't no season gonna stop me. Kim said that she uses a random stripe generator to do stuff like that, but it's usually when there's more than 2 colors involved. Kim, that's pretty awesome. I didn't even know that there was such a thing. Lena said, I need to learn knitting. I'm terrible at it. I'm not all, I don't know the first thing about knitting. But look, if you're on Facebook, Pippin Poppycock has the big crochet group, but she started a sister group called the Pippin Knitting Club. And there's a bunch of people over there that are learning how to knit. And Emma from Pippin Poppycock is learning how to knit more. She can do basic stitches. Chantel from Fiberific, who goes live tomorrow evening, she knows how to knit. She does knitting tutorials. There's lots of knitters, if that's something that you want to learn. Nancy said if I wait for it to get cooler, I would never crochet here. Kim said that there is a stripe generator and a granny square generator too. I'll throw some links up in your group. Wow. Granny square generators. You know, that's kind of, you know, like the things, because all of those websites, they all have things like AdSense on them and things like that. So it's like the newfangled version of, I get so aggravated when I see inventions like the stupid little umbrellas that they put in cocktail drinks. Somebody is sitting on the beach drinking that drink with their little umbrella sitting in it that they created, and they are just in high cotton from doing that. Just crazy little inventions like that. And then I think, you know, somebody just coded a random stripe generator and they got it up on a page and they're making AdSense money off of it. Why didn't I think of that? Cindy Hearts Crochet said, I sit in my recliner in front of air conditioner, just finished a hexagon cardi that is now too long, but I tried it on for like 45 seconds. Lena, why are you laughing at me with high cotton? Why is that funny? Oh, hey, Eva. When did you get here? I didn't even see that you were here. Eva won last month's giveaway. I'm so glad that she liked her yarn that she got. That's a southern thing. It might not even be a southern thing. It might just be a Sea Island thing, because I was raised on the Sea Islands where Sea Island cotton comes from. So cotton was pretty big for us. So if somebody was in high cotton, then they were, you know, they were making big bucks. High cotton, there's your southern. Yes. It comes out every now and then. I have lots of people tell me all the time, you don't have an accent. Well, I may not have an accent per se, but whenever I get mad, it comes out. And then nobody takes me seriously because I'm twanging them to death. And some of the words and the phrases that I use are very southern. Whew. Kathy, my granddaughter, will be able to see these videos one day and see me working on this blanket for her. That's the great thing about the internet nowadays, is, you know, we can go back and we can look at things like that. Hi, Jew Johnson. Welcome. Alita said, my grandpa had a plantation in Louisiana. Does that count? Well, yes. But he probably wasn't. He wasn't growing Sea Island cotton. Hello, Patty Crochets in Ohio. Eva lived in Georgia. I miss y'all. Oh, okay. All right. So we have not talked about food yet. We have made it for 54 minutes and we have not spoken about food. But I don't want to forget about this and wait for somebody else to bring up food. So I'm going to be the bad guy this time. I was in the grocery store. When was it? Friday. I was in the grocery store with Catherine. And she said, we need to get some onions for your potato salad. And I said, yes, we do. And she said, they have Vidalia onions. I said, excuse me? No, they do not. She said, they have Vidalia onions. I said, you're going to have to show me. We walked to the produce section, and there it was. The clouds parted, the angels sing, ah, and there was Vidalia onions right there in front of me. And I went and I looked and I picked them up looking for that little sticker that said Vidalia, Georgia on it. And by golly, it did. Y'all, I broke down crying in the grocery store, and the produce guy was sitting right there, and I hugged a complete stranger and told him that not all heroes wore capes. He looked at me like I was a crazy lady. And then When we went to go check out, the cashier's name tag said Carolina. I started crying again. I got Vidalia onions, y'all. I was so happy. Oh, I guess Freaky did break the ice. Honey, cream, and eggs. That's true. Alita said, isn't there those onions everywhere? No. No, no, no. Vidalia onions are not everywhere. They are a very, very regional thing. I was so excited, you guys. Like, I am tearing up just now, you know, thinking about it. And Catherine said, how many do you want? I said, all of them. Every last one of them. Ooey gooey butter cakes. Okay, Alita. So I'm going to tell y'all a story. So I took Catherine to South Carolina to meet my family last summer. And she had never been to Savannah. And she is a huge, huge fan of, oh God, why did her name just go out of my head? I've talked about her twice today already. Barbara Jean's is her restaurant in Savannah. Lord have mercy. The queen of Southern cooking. What is her name? Paula Deen. Thank you. Jesus, why couldn't I do that? Somebody needs to just take my Southern card right now. But anywho, she's a fan of Paula Deen, and she always tells everybody that I'm a grumpy Paula Deen. Yada, yada, yada. So I wanted to take her to Paula Deen's restaurant so she could eat Paula Deen's food and say that she had been there. My cousin drove up from Jacksonville and met us there for lunch. And we ate, and the food was okay. I was a bit disappointed because I expected more, but everybody else that I know loves it. But next to the restaurant, she has her gift shop, and Paula Deen was actually there signing autographs because her new book had just come out. So got to take a picture with Paula Deen, and Catherine fangirled and all of that stuff. But she paid $15 for an ooey gooey butter cake mix in a box from Paula Deen's gift store. Now, my cousin bought Paula Deen's new cookbook. Well, it was new then, while we were there. So we get back to my grandparents' house, and my Aunt Jean Ann was up from Jacksonville, Florida. So we're all, you know, just hanging out, my cousin, my aunt, me, Catherine, and Catherine's flipping through the pages of the cookbook, looking at it. She gets to the ooey gooey butter cake recipe, and y'all, I'm not kidding you, the recipe literally says yellow cake mix. Catherine paid $15 for a box of yellow cake mix that you can buy for 80 cents at the grocery store. The roof like to have come off the house. She was so upset. Bye, Kim. It was not a good situation. She was so unhappy. So you can't even mention ooey gooey butter cake. You can't even mention Paula Deen to her because she just loses her mind. I find it funny. But Lord, she was so unhappy. Leanne said, my family loves her corn salad recipe with the corn chips in it. Well, we call them corn chips. I use the Mexican ones here, but we don't get the brands that she uses. Nancy said, there is one here in Fairview, Texas, and it was okay, but I can live without it. Honey, if you want the recipe, just let me know. And yes, it's a yellow cake mix. Well, she didn't know that until that night. Oh, Kelly. Hello, Kelly. I didn't see you come in. I'm so sorry. Little secret, almost all chefs use box cakes because they are consistent, can't mess them up. Huh. I was an international trainer for Ruby Tuesday for quite some time, and we never had anything out of a box. Never. Most people don't believe me when I say that, but there are recipes that are specific to Ruby Tuesday, and they are sent out to all the restaurants, and everything, like everything on the salad bars, all of the salads, the different pasta salads and things like that, they are all made in-house. Oh, bye, Sally. Cindy said, where do you live now? Currently, I am in New Mexico, and I am on my way to Florida. That's the goal. That's the plan. Kelly said, I was a cordon bleu chef in my former life. Aw, Julie and Juliet. Have you ever watched that movie, Julia and Julia? I love it so much. God, when did I stop watching that? You know, when I first started, it's almost a year since I started It's Crochet O'Clock. And if you go back and look at my old blog posts from when I first started It's Crochet O'Clock, I was obsessed with that movie. Absolutely obsessed with it. Oh, thank you, Leanne. Leanne, I think it will be okay. You just have to be able to select people and hush them. Thankfully, I don't have too much trouble here on this channel. Hey, stop it. I don't have too much trouble here on this channel. I just get nervous when I don't have a moderator present. But I made you one. Thank you. Why Florida? Because I have family in Jacksonville, Florida. You'll hear me talk about them a lot. My Aunt Jean Ann pops in here every now and then. My cousin Amy is in the It's Crochet O'Clock Facebook group. She crochets. My Aunt Jean Ann crochets vicariously through us. But she's very, very supportive of our art. That's a really good movie. If you guys have never watched Julie and Juliet, you gotta watch it. I love it. Love, love, love it. And Catherine has a blog too, but she blogs about food because she likes to cook and she loves to bake. So, Julia Child is, of course, you know, a big thing for her. So thankfully, you know, she'll let me watch that movie 10 times a week and not fuss at me. But I bought her a cast iron Dutch oven for Christmas. Lord, that thing gets some use because of Julia Child. Pippin went to Julia Child's expo. Did you really? Was it beautiful? Was it lovely? You'll have to tell me all about it. Jaja said, you should come north and visit me in Swainsboro, North Carolina. I used to be up by there all the time. I had a brother that was stationed at Cherry Point, and I used to go up there every other weekend and every long weekend that I had and go hang out with him. I wanted to tell you, Emma from Pippin Poppycock does a live chat on Sundays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and she was talking, she vacationed in Beaufort, North Carolina this year with her family, and she went to a couple places. Emma, if you decide to go back, you really should look at trying to find somebody to take you guys out on a boat to the Shackelford Banks, because there is an island out there on the Shackelford Banks that have wild horses on it, and you can ride past it, and there's just bunches and bunches of these beautiful wild horses just running up and down the beach. It's absolutely beautiful, but be prepared to be surrounded by all kinds of Marines, because there's a Marine base there, and it's a popular party place in the summer, but it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. Ida said, speaking of Florida, the Downton Abbey exhibit will be moving to Florida. Wish I could go. Yes, I know. My cousin Valerie is going. I'm so excited for her. I'm very jealous, but I am so excited for her. Welcome back, Freaky. Kelly said, can we stop talking about food? I had a cup of popcorn for dinner. I haven't had any dinner yet. I made dinner for everybody else, and then I came in here to sit with you guys. On Tuesdays, I eat after my my live chat. So yeah, we can try, Kelly. Hello, Charlene. It's okay. We can try to stop talking about food, but look, we're all lovers. We can try. Marilyn said, the horses are beautiful. I live in North Carolina. I've never seen anything like that. And the story goes, I don't know how true it is, but, you know, the Shackelford Banks are part of the Outer Banks. And when people were settling, and they settled there, and then a hurricane came through, and apparently they all left, and they just left all of the horses, and that's how the horses ended up there. That's the story that was told to me. I don't know if it's true or not, but there's horses there. Lots and lots of horses there, and it's just beautiful. Oh, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Kelly said, I hit my goal this weekend. I'm hoping to stay there. Wow, well done you. I wish I could say that. I can't say that. I've done horrible since my vacation. Absolutely horrible. I'm going to do horrible again tonight. Let's see. Eva said she hadn't eaten anything all day. You better eat something. Is Renee still here? Or did she zip out? Leanne is prepping a lasagna made in a cake mixing bowl, like a pudding, different, but it should be. Did you see that thing on Facebook? I saw somebody make a lasagna like that on Facebook, and I just kind of, really? That's got to be an awful dry lasagna to stay that way, you know. At least in my mind. My lasagna certainly wouldn't hold its shape like that. You cut my lasagna and go put it on a plate, and it just goes. Don't forget to post a picture in the group, Alita. It sounds cute. What are we posting a picture of? What are we... Hello, Francis. Welcome to the chat. Oh, Eva said, I'm watching you. After this, I will eat a pasta salad I made last night. I love pasta salad. There's that Southern again. You better eat something. I'm telling you. It happens to me all the time. Like, no matter how mad I am at a kid or something, I'm like, Jeet yet? Oh. Oh, a candy cane soap saver. I'll bet you that's cute. Wow, we have a lot of first-timers this evening in the chat. I'm so happy that you guys are coming to hang out with us. It's kind of like our little virtual stitching gatherings. Leanne said, yes, that's what I've done. Ricotta in the center and the sauce is poured over at the end. Oh my God, I hope it's not dry. I hope it's not dry for you too, but that's the only thing that I could think of, you know, with all of the different layers and everything that goes into it. And whenever they took it out of the bowl and they flipped it over, it held its form. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how lasagna would hold itself in a mold like that if it wasn't dry. Thank you, Francis. It's my second attempt at it. I was working on this blanket for 6 weeks, and then yesterday I decided to frog it all. So this is my second attempt at it. Ooh, Eva, that sounds good. Lordy, y'all. 45 more minutes. Then I can... Who is that out there with that obnoxious truck? Do y'all hear that? Carol said, I live in Arizona and sometimes we can see the wild horses running across the desert. They are just beautiful. Wow, I didn't even know that that was a thing. I've learned so much since moving out here to the Southwest. I mean, just so much, because there's nothing but cattle ranches around here. I've learned more about cows than I ever wanted to. It's just, Lord. Francis, this is a blanket for my almost 3-year-old granddaughter. And this is Red Heart Super Saver in Aran. And then the multicolor is Red Heart Super Saver. I think it's Wildflower, right? Yes, Wildflower. Ida heard that truck. Yes, I apologize. I'm going to start, like, maybe I need to put like a yellow light or something outside the window so I can flip it on, and then like just pass out flyers to everybody in my neighborhood and go, look, I'm going to need y'all to get with the program because you're messing up things. That would be pretty pretentious of me, huh? Alita said, aren't you near the place where they hide the flying saucer? Yes. You know, the first time I had to drive down to Roswell, I was on the phone with my Aunt Jean Ann, and I called her because as I was approaching Roswell, there was just this mountain, just this single mountain, a big mountain, off in the distance, all by its little lonesome, and I was like, that's a little bit odd. I mean, it's flat. And the drive from where I live to Roswell, when I tell you there is nothing, I literally mean there is nothing. It is flat ground and there is nothing. Not one house, not one ranch. I mean, just nothing for 2 hours of driving. I've never seen anything like it in my life except for in Nebraska. But even in Nebraska, you know, there was cornfields. So you knew that folks was around because there was cornfields and somebody was plowing it, somebody was harvesting it. There is nothing for 2 hours. And then all of a sudden, there's this big lone mountain all by itself. How did that happen? Why did that happen? Why is that there? Is that where they're hiding the aliens? You know, I don't know. These are the things that goes through my head. Lena said, are you planning on making lots of little squares or one big continuous piece? I am making a big square for the center, and then I have other squares that I have worked on over the past 6 weeks. I didn't frog those. I just frogged the big main square because I didn't like the color placements. So that's what I'm redoing now. And I have other squares that I will attach around it. And then I have no idea where I'm going to go with it because it won't be big enough by then. You know, I'll figure something else out. to attach to it and add to it. Yeah, Eva used to drive trucks, so she understands literally when I tell you guys. I mean, and then the other thing that's crazy about where I live, you know, my elevation, I think I'm at like 4,700 feet above sea level. And I come from a place that is actually below sea level because I come from an island community. So that was very strange for me, but you would never know it because we're on this massive plateau and you don't realize it until you go north or south. And you're just tootling along, and then all of a sudden it gets a little bit curvy, and then you look behind you and there's nothing but just this sharp drop off that goes up to the it's the craziest thing. It's beautiful, but it's crazy. Freaky said, yay for no ribbiting the small squares. No, they're still safe. See, I even saved from where I was joining them. I even saved all of the yarn and stuff. They're still safe. They're there. I like them. They're fine. I don't have a problem with them. I just had a problem with how they looked with the bigger piece. Alita said that granny square is getting big. Is it a continuous block? I will go up to row 20 on this one, and then I will start attaching the smaller blocks that we've made over the past weeks. Kathy said, are you anywhere near Las Cruces? Yes. Yes, I am. Hello, Hummingbird. Frankie said it must be real wet being below sea level. Hi. It's very different because, you know, my cooking had to change when I moved here. I had to relearn how to cook because things just don't cook the same in different elevations. And I always wondered why, you know, like on the back of baking recipes and things like that, you have separate instructions for high elevation. I figured that out real quick. I think I am north of Las Cruces. You'll have to ask Eva, because Eva knows the geography of where I am, and she's traveled everything. I think I'm north of Las Cruces. I know that I'm close to it. That's okay, Cindy. That's what it's for. You can just listen to me blabber on. Whew. There was something else that I wanted to talk about this week, and now I can't remember. I will probably remember the minute I get finished. Gosh, what was it? Did I tell you guys that Emma from Pip and Poppycock released the information for the Havana Cow today? Like all the information for it. When its start date was and all that. If I didn't, I did now. Oh, what was that? Stop that. Okay, Eva says, yes, I am north. Hello, Connor. The ordering has started. What are you ordering, Kathy? Share. Share. Oh, I know. Y'all, I went against everything inside my body. Do y'all want to know what I did this week? I placed a big old order on Wish for science for you guys. Yes, I did. Lord have mercy. When did I order it? I think I ordered it last Wednesday, maybe. It was either last Wednesday or last Thursday I ordered it. And of course it's all coming from China. And I can see the tracking, and none of it has left China. It's all still in China. I didn't tell you guys that, so you guys would go buy yarn on Wish. Don't do it. I'm doing it for a reason, to show you why you shouldn't. But yeah, I did that. And learned some new stuff. There were things that I knew about Wish, and one of the big reasons that I don't support Wish is because they take a lot of images from content creators on YouTube. You know, if they're reviewing a product and they get a picture of it, you know, like through their video, they might be holding up the product and smiling because they're talking, and whenever you're on camera, you want to smile, but they will take their image and they will use it on wish.com without their permission. And in a lot of cases, the person on YouTube is saying that they didn't like the product, but they're using it in their promotional material as if they are endorsing the product without permission. And there's so many YouTubers who have emailed and written trying to get them to stop doing it, and they're just rude and nasty to them and basically tell them to stuff it. So I don't normally support Wish, but I have seen a rash of people in Facebook groups lately talking about ordering yarn from wish.com, and I'm like, come on guys, you gotta educate yourself. You gotta look at something. When you look at something and it's only $1 and they're saying that it's 100% cashmere, that should click in your head that something ain't right, because cashmere is one of the most expensive fibers that is out there because it is so rare. You can only harvest cashmere once a year. Each sheep is only going to give you one harvesting a year. That's why cashmere is so expensive. And there's these places that are saying that it's 100% cashmere, and it's not. Oh, so that's going to be coming. I would say soon, but I don't know that it's going to be soon because there's no telling how long the shipping's going to take for the stuff to get here. But that's going to be a fun video. Dum dum dum. Whoa, wait. We're congratulating Karina. Karina just finished the Small But Mighty Dragon first project, Becoming a Crocheter. Good job! Well done, you! Very good job. Kim said, I will listen to your reviews. Thank you. Yeah, most of the time I just want people to, you know, just stop believing things blindly and to research a little bit and, you know, look at where you're spending your money. It's just goat. I'm sorry, Ida. See, I got myself all hot and bothered. Good night, Rebecca. I got myself into a tizzy. But anywho, it's only harvested once a year. That's why it's so expensive. And you ain't gonna buy it for $1. Even the bad quality stuff, you ain't gonna buy it for $1. You are not gonna get 50 grams of any type of quality of cashmere for $1. It's not gonna happen. Freaky said, I may purchase Sign silk roving to mix with my hand spun stuff next month. Kim said, I can be gullible, so I need your help to tell me the truth. I don't know if it was, I think that a lot of the problem is that, I don't want to say gullible, because I think that calling somebody gullible is unkind, and I don't want to be unkind to anybody, but I think that people are just far too trusting of other people. Some silk. Okay, Freaky's going to get some silk. Silk can get expensive too. Lena said, I need some goats. We were having a conversation. Gosh, where were we having that conversation at? I think it might have been in the Fiberific Fun Zone. We were having a conversation about alpacas. And yes, it was, because Kim posted a meme about how things lead to our, you know, passions growing. And then somebody said, I feel personally victimized by this post. And there is an alpaca farm, oddly enough, like 20 minutes away from me, because everybody was like, okay, who's going to take the hit and take on alpacas in their yard for all of us? Kelly said, so an AC Moore is opening this weekend at Idaho Falls, and the hubby is going to take me to the grand opening. Any suggestions on which yarns they have that I should look at? Wow. Okay, first things first. Gosh, normally they put a whole bunch of stuff on sale for their openings whenever they do it. But, you know, there's nothing special at AC Moore. If you've been to a Michael's or a Hobby Lobby or anything like that, it's just those types of yarns. I don't know of AC Moore getting any, you know, like with Marley Bird's Chic Sheep, it was Joann's? Was it Joann's or Hobby Lobby that had it exclusive? Or like the Karen and Pantone yarn, it's exclusive to Michael's right now. You don't hear of AC Moore buying those contracts very often, so I don't think that there's excuse me, anything specific at AC Moore that you're going to get. Pip and Poppycock Stitch a Studio by Nicole. Is that a yarn, Emma? Karina T bought $21 skeins from Lion Brand a couple days ago. Still waiting for mine. They have a massive sale going on. Okay, Pippin says that Stitch Studio Lullaby is only at AC Moore's. Frances said that she loves AC Moore's in-house brand yarn. Make sure you sign up for emails so you can get the coupons. Good night, Deborah. Thank you for stopping by. See you next week. Who was it that said, was somebody, is it Nancy Hildebrand here that said that she lives in Florida and she drives 3 hours to go to the AC Moore in Jacksonville, Florida, because she likes it so much? And you're going to get a new AC Moore. Ooh. Oh, Stitch Studio is AC Moore yarn. See? You see how much I pay attention to AC Moore? I don't really pay attention to box stores, to box store brands. I've gotten myself spoiled. I'm kind of bougie with my yarn nowadays. Is it possible to be bougie with yarn but then be frugal at the same time? I think there is. I think it's possible. Kelly said, I have to drive 150 miles to get to an AC Moore. Bless your heart. I'm going to have to go and look on that Lion Brand website and see if there's anything that is worth ordering for review on the channel, because I typically don't use their kind of yarn. I feel ya. I have to drive 2 hours to get to a Michael's, and you have no idea. I was so mad when I first walked into the Michael's in Lubbock because they had exactly a half an aisle. Not even a full aisle. They had a half of an aisle of yarn in Michael's in Lubbock, Texas. I was so upset. Severely upset. And when I went into it, because it was the same Michael's that I went into to get the Karen and Pantone to review for you guys, I was cussing in my brain. Like, in my brain, I was talking to them in cursive as I was walking into that store. If you don't have this yarn, and I made them stop specifically for it when I walk into this place. Oh, my Michael's is not all that great. Leanne said, my sister and I get called the Frugal Sisters. I don't mind it at all. I don't mind it at all. We work hard for our money. Dago said, I missed out on that, but it's okay. Still looking for another place to move to. Anyone have a house to rent in the Dallas-Fort Worth area? Oh, not me. Sorry. You're right, Freaky. There is nothing wrong with saving a few bucks. And there's a lot of people who like, really? The milk trucks are running at 7:30 in the evening. Through my neighborhood, y'all. Jeez. I mean, I know the country needs milk and all, but Jesus. There's a lot of people that I know that are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and everybody's looking to move, like all at the same time. Hello, Crafty Kitty. Wow, there's a lot of you. You're right, there is a lot of people from Texas that come into the live chat. Eva's Michael has 3 aisles of yarn. Woo. The Lubbock store is absolutely horrible. Horrible. I was so mad, and I was so disappointed that I didn't have time when I was in Jacksonville to go live and walk through the Michael's in Jacksonville, because Lord, the Michael's in Jacksonville is gorgeous. It's like, do they even have anything else there besides yarn? Like, you feel like you're walking into a yarn warehouse. And even though I don't crochet with most of the yarns that they carry, it still makes me happy to be around that much yarn. It's beautiful. I wanted so bad because there's a lot of, you know, the Aussies and the Kiwis and the Europeans and all of that. You guys don't have Michael's. So I wanted to be able to show you guys what a really nice one looked like. And I just didn't get around to it. Oh, and look at Emma at Pip and Poppycock showing off. She's got 3 Michaels, all within 5 miles of her. Daigo's upstairs neighbors are driving her nuts. That's why she wants to move. Been there, done that. So are you guys, I think that I'm liking this one a whole lot better than alternating every other row. This is not messing with my brain as much as the other one. I couldn't do it. Mayans. What? Wait, there's a new show starting tonight? What's Mayans? Somebody tell me. It's cream. This is Red Heart, and the color is called Aaron. I hear you, Marilyn. The only time I go in to buy yarn is for something very, very specific. Yay, thank you, Renee. Did I frog the other square? Yes, I did. Hummingbird. Yes. I frogged it. Frogged it all, because I didn't like it. Oh, Motorcycle Gang Show. I don't really get into those. I never got into Sons of Anarchy. Yes, I left the smaller squares alone. I did. I liked those. I'm okay with those, but the bigger one was just way too busy. What do you mean no? I never watched Sons of Anarchy. I never got in. All of a sudden, all my friends are like, oh my God, do I even know you really? Cindy said, has anyone else picked yarn for Havana yet? I was actually a tester, so yes, I picked my yarn for Havana. And I was a poor tester because I had life going on and all kinds of stuff, and I'm only halfway through testing my Havana. So I have exactly a month before release to get that done. Oh, what am I doing? No, stop. We're not. Stop. The smaller squares, you want to see the smaller squares? There's 3 different types. There's that one. And then there's this one. And then there's 4 of these, and these are going to be the corner ones. Charlie. Is he the guy, wait, is he the guy that was in Vikings? Because if he played Ragnar in Vikings, I will watch Son of Anarchy just to watch that. Bye, Lena. See you next week. Is that Charlie guy? Is he Ragnar Lothbrok? Oh, Kelly says no. Whew, that Ragnar Lothbrok boy, his eyes pierced through my soul. He spoke to me. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Whew. Emma said, but he's not far off from him. I might check it out, seeing as how I just did. I did just finish the series that I was watching yesterday, so I do need something new to binge while I am crocheting. So I might check it out. Seeing as how, you know, my people are just upset. Can't have my people upset. This is coming out so much prettier, I think. Whew. Wow, time just flew by this evening, you guys. Good night, Hummingbird. Thank you, Daigo. Oh. Good night, Nancy. I didn't even realize you were here. You were so quiet. So let's see. We have 20 minutes left, so I need to make sure that I tell you that I have the schedule up for the live streams in case anybody wants to know which of the group is going live and when. If you go to itscrochetoclock.com and then click on the top menu, there is an option for live stream schedule. You can go and see that. And we did have that conversation about it where everybody was giving suggestions of people in the crochet world who go live. And I sent messages in every way that I could to all of them, and no one responded to me. And I don't feel comfortable putting someone's information on my website without their permission. And I also want to make certain that they actually do have a scheduled time and they don't just go live randomly. So the only ones that are there right now is myself, Pippin, Fiberific, and Bob Wilson. But, you know, that covers 3 days worth of crochet virtual meetups for you. So that's pretty good. And if anybody else comes along, maybe that wants to be added to it, we can add them. But I just didn't want to add people without their permission. Pippin said, "Oh, I made it 16% left. I'm so proud of you." You're very welcome, Charlene. It's there for you. Let's see. What else was I going to tell you guys about? So Fiberific goes live tomorrow. 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time, and 10 a.m. for those on the Gold Coast in Australia. Gosh. My brain is just scattered. I hate the days when I'm in a rush to get here on time because then nothing clicks right for my brain. Don't forget to check out the Patreon. There is a link in the description box below. There's some cool stuff that that you guys can get. You know, like Renee today just signed up to be a patron of me. Thank you so much, Renee. And she signed up for the level where she automatically gets entered into a special monthly gathering. So at this point, Renee is just going to end up winning all of them by default because she's the only one that's in that tier. But way to go, Renee. That's going to work out great for you until other folks come around. You know, there's giveaways, there's special content, there's all kinds of great stuff there. Merch is here. Kelly Crownover has already snagged up her It's Crochet O'Clock project bag from the merch store on itscrochetoclock.com. There's lots of awesome stuff going on. Nikki's Homemade Crafts does a weekly live, but it's the same time as Fiberific. Oh, that's a bummer. Oh. Renee said, "Yeah, I want to win, but I hope others join Patreon too." Aw, thank you, Kelly. That's okay. Let's see, what else was there that I wanted to talk about? I know that I keep telling you guys over and over, you know, like Wednesdays in America, my time is Fiberific. Sundays is Pippin Poppycock and Bob Wilson. Tuesdays is me, live chats. Aw. Yay, Ida. Oh, yes, you guys. If you guys don't know, you know, Chantel from Fiberific, the place where she was leasing her, you know, the Fiberific headquarters, she lost it because the owners sold the building. So she had to temporarily move back into her home, and she just got herself a new space. So hopefully she's been gone to VidCon. So I don't know if we're actually going to see her space tomorrow because she got it And then she left to go to VidCon. Don't forget that. So she probably doesn't have everything transferred over and set up in there yet. I would imagine not, because she was exhausted, you guys. Woolies and fettuccine yarn. Oh, Kelly needs a coffee cup. You need a coffee cup. I need to order myself one. I haven't even ordered myself one, but I need to, because I really, really want one. I think they're adorable. Eva said, I want to join, but I have to have the money first. That's okay, Eva. I understand. It's just there for people who can. And there's different tiers for everybody. It's like $1, $3, $5, $10, and $20 tiers. Aw. Kelly has a Hooked on Sunshine one. That's nice. Good night, Kimberly. See you next week or tomorrow if you tune into Fiberific's live chat. It's getting late for the East Coasters. I can always tell the people that are over on that side. Because everybody starts chiming out because it's almost 10 o'clock at night for them. And folks got to go to work. Good night, Alita. See you next time. Whew. I'm so much happier with... What is that? Why is that like that? I don't like that, but I'm not going to frog it back. I'm not going to frog it back. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to ignore it. I shall persevere. Whew. How many likes did we have on the video? I can't see, guys. How many likes did we get up to? My delay is really, really bad this evening. Sometimes it's only just a couple seconds, but I think my delay is really, really bad tonight. Wait, did I change? No. Ooh, thank you for the numbers, guys. Hello, Melody. Welcome to chat. Crafty Kitty says, what does frog it back mean? Frog it back means to rip out the work that you have done. And they call it frogging because if you say rip it, rip it, rip it, rip it, that's why they call it frogging. I just see 60 likes. Ooh. That would be nice. I think that might be the most we've gotten while we were actually doing a live, maybe. I have my phone going here, but mine says that there's only 3 there. That's why I asked, because I was like, that can't be right. There's been more people than that here this evening. Whew. I am starting to get hungry, y'all. Crafty Kitty said, okay, that's funny. It is kind of funny. 1, 2, 3. Karina, I think we've all frogged a lot. I spent hours last night frogging. And it wasn't just normal frogging. It was frogging stuff that had been woven in. And let me tell y'all, I weave in some ends. I weave those suckers in. It took a whole lot of Jesus and a whole lot of wine to get those ends undone last night. Freaky said, when I first heard of Frog It, I thought of the game, the kid game Leapfrog. First time I ever heard Frog It, I was like, what in Sam Hill is everybody talking about? But I didn't want to ask because I didn't want to be that person. Because I consider myself a lingo savvy kind of person. I didn't want to be that person to ask. So I just waited, and eventually I figured it out on my own. And then I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Eva just ate finally. Yay. Good job. Oh, come on. Yay, end of that row. I'm not going to start another row tonight. I'm just going to slip myself over here into this corner. Yeah, that's looking good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's looking much more better. That's more better chicken right there. Whew. So, Thursday's video is... I hope I don't get too much flack on it because, yeah, I try to ignore negative comments whenever they come my way or when people decide to be ugly in my comment section on my YouTube channel. I really do try. But Thursday's video is, it's about something that this channel, when it started, it was for a specific reason, and there's still a large group of people here for that specific reason, and it's about mental health and all of the ways that, not all of the ways, but a lot of the ways that crochet helps us with our mental health. And I did a video with the Rewired Soul. I collaborated with the Rewired Soul here on YouTube about it, but I wanted to touch on it again. And it took me 4 tries of filming before I finally got one that was okay. So I'm kind of nervous about Thursday's video going up because people on the internet can be really stinking mean. And I might end up just blocking a whole bunch of people from being able to even ever comment again on my YouTube channel if they decide to be nasty. But we'll see. We will see. Marilyn said, you have to be a very patient person. I would have been heading straight to the... See, that's where my frugal comes in. This is Red Heart yarn, and it was not very expensive, but I'll be danged if I'm going to throw it away. No. I spent money on that. Leanne said, I'm so glad you're happier with your square. We do have to love our projects. I'm happier with it right now at this moment. I may not be so happy now that I see it on the screen and I'm looking at it from above. I'm very happy with how it's coming out right now. I was not before. It was too crazy. It was too busy. And it was making me crazy. Aw, thank you, Freaky. Freaky thinks that I made the right call too. Charlene said, just send them to me, Stephanie. I'll sort them. Huh. Well, you can hang out in my comment section and sort them all out. Good night, Emma. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Sleep well. Freaky said, I never love my works. They don't return the feeling, but I do have to like it before I share it. There's a lot of things. You know, I start out liking projects and loving it, but I think that my problem is nowadays You know, like this is something that I'm doing for myself. Not for myself, but I'm doing it to gift for somebody with a specific purpose. And I'm only going to make the one of it. So I am loving it, but there are, most of the times, you know, most of my crocheting is done for tutorials, and I make so many of them that I end up, or I spend so much time on it that I just want to be done with it. Whenever it comes time. See, Ida, it is pretty. Isn't it so much prettier now instead of every row changing from solid to the variegated? I think it's so much prettier now. So much prettier. Yes, and now I have to do some math and I have to do some counting, but I will do that off screen to see if I'm going to do it, because I did 2 rows of cream here and then 3 rows, and I was going to do 4 rows here, but I only have, I think, 9 more rows left to do, and I would like to get 1 more round of color in it before I go into more cream. I'll have to see what's going on with all of that. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Freaky said, better you than me having to think with numbers. You know, you're not the only person that tells me that. I have people come to me all the time and ask me questions. Crazy questions. I have so much useless knowledge in my head about yarns and yarn companies and how yarn is made and what yarn is made from, and it's because I'm a nerd, and I sit here and I get lost in reading articles and researching. I don't know why I enjoy researching and reading as much as I do. Good night, Eva. Christy said 1 color and 3 cream looks balanced. I think it does too. I think it's so pretty. I'm very happy with it now. And I think that it won't be too crazy when I put the other squares around it. Getting the Asper cream, it usually helps. You know, we call that old lady cream in my house. Catherine, I hurt my back and I was like slathering myself with Asper cream all the time, and she's like, you smell like an old lady, and I'm like, I don't care, it's helping me. So it's the old lady cream. Good night, Freaky. I will see you next week. It's almost time for us to go. I only have like 2 more minutes left and my stomach is seriously rumbling. So I'm going to go ahead and say goodnight to all of you guys. For those of you who have signed up on the Patreon, thank you so much for your support. And for those of you who watch my videos all the time, thank you so much for that. And even if you can't become a patron, thank you for hanging out with me, because I don't have a place where I can go and do stitching gatherings, you know, on a monthly basis or a weekly basis like a lot of places do. So this, to me, is my stitching gathering, and you guys are my tribe, and I love hanging out with you guys each week. So for those, don't forget, tomorrow night, Fiberific, Sunday, Pip and Poppycock and Bob Wilson, and Fiberific's tomorrow at the same time as I start mine. So I'll see you tomorrow, to those of you who come, and if not, then I'll see you next week. Bye.